away, my second away, bra. Uleke.
Oh, la my brothers.
Thank you. Talk. Now you know Mfethu. I always laugh how Kubutisa or Mfethu. How was your week Mfethu? Pirate to Fanda, Kushuti Mfethu.
Not Mfethu. It's
with a sharp melt.
Dope, and I can't complain. And I've realized we've got a lot of issues as a country, so I don't want to be selfish. And I try to take away myself.
Yeah.
Point out the community, the social ills, or the inequalities which are happening. That's why he who owns the media controls the minds.
Oh yeah.
If you own a media, shape how people think, the perception. So a perception of radicalism that challenges nothing. It's a title of this message.
Oh yeah.
A perception of radicalism that challenges nothing. People who are distractions, more as black people, by the sentiments, the anti-black. We are running around in circles, and those people are there in the forefront. The power of the mic, they have the mic.
Oh yeah.
They're saying all the right things, but they don't really mean it. Okay, if you can look at all over the world, that's why I choose this title, that thing, radicalism that challenges nothing. Perception of radicalism that challenges. A typical example, and with all due respect to, do you know Minister Louis Farrakhan, a leader of NOI, the Nation of Islam, America. So I want to draw parallels. America, the suffering of black people, and come here in South Africa. So when you look at such figures, they are in the forefront. And shout out, they're doing a good job, and all the good work. I'm not downplaying the good work, but if you can go fundamentally, and that's why when you approach politics, you must also use the spirituality. I've realized that black people, they rely on hindsight than foresight. I can come out here and speak all the good things, eloquent, articulate all those ideas, but we no longer have that foresight. This guy but is playing us. Rely on hindsight. Demand bomb capturing. We should have seen. That's what's happening to black people, and it's sad. It's a sad reality where I read a quote somewhere. People in the coming years will rebel against the church, the religion, and then they will start now worshipping people. Meaning they will worship the leaders, political leaders. Whereas this person, or it's like a cult, you are in a cult. Who oppose that cult, then you are called a person or rebellious. People like Malcolm X, they came out. Babolela and all the truth. Same black people, the same people who assassinate you. But that's why there were allegations. Minister Louis Farrakhan here the hand Katabaya Malcolm X assassinate. So you look at that, or as black people, we are always being put in class. Whether it's slavery, colonization, apartheid. So those systems, they've not colonized us, they've colonized our minds, they've colonized our spirits, colonized our time, our relationship with time, because of we are no longer in harmony with nature, we are no longer in harmony with one another. So I get the raw parallel to both South Africa, those guys are distractions. In as much as Batu's about those guys are distractions. And in South Africa, we have figures like Penuel, the Black Pen. We have figures like with all due respect, Julius Malema. That guy's one of the best politicians we've ever had. But Urisa guy. And we are allowed to criticize people intellectually. They can reply intellectually without disrespecting them, or pointing out things. But guys, where are we going? And in this system, so how can you challenge this system, which is a monster? But capitalism. Capitalism, it's attached to colonialism, Western modernity. So Western modernity, this colonialism, hey feature, it presents itself as God. This capitalism, it can create. That's why it's about religion, about Christianity, which now, hey feature, South Africa, it makes, or more Africa, it makes you to move away from yourself and pray to this God, believe into this God. When now your God or your gods or your ancestors, now there's no longer a connection between you and nature. You no longer have a connection between you and yourself. You are moving far away from yourself, wanting the connection. How? Because the temple, it's in you. Your body is the temple. Okay. God is an object of your perfect focus. Geometry. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. When not that connection, who feel like in a trance or it's a monster. You can feel inside. I have this ancestors which are in me. You feel alive. Yes. Your words the power because of you can feel it. It's coming out of you inside the soul. Feel or no, I'm praying. I'm in harmony with nature. I can go to the river. I can go to the mountains. I'm in harmony. I'm in harmony with you. If I'm in harmony with you, how can I colonize people? If I'm in harmony with myself, with nature, how can I kill people? In the name of capitalism, in the name of conquering. We're not black people, we are forgiving people. Even if we can go through difficult phases like apartheid, colonialism, slavery, yet the same people who have perpetrated us as Angarat Puseles. We've turned the other cheek because of we are people of Bantu, Sinobuntu in us. We're not barbarians, we're not people who are cold-blooded, we forgive. We understand the values of the Bible. Those values have been with us. In nature, peace, justice. Now there's no justice anymore. It's a World War III. And people just don't want to mention it. It's World War III. Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Palestine. Even here in the country, it's war. And I want to touch on Orania. I'll come back to these figures. There's a town called Orania, Northern Cape. It's a small town. Bloemfontein, I think it's 3-hour drive to there. So that town was bought by the descendants. It's Hendrik Verwoerd, one of the architects. It's apartheid. So that town Orania, era that thing, era batur, even division inch. And I admire what people from Orania have done. They are self-sufficient. They are doing things on their own. They have the way Lorba Bairaka currency abona, not entirely currency, but they have this thing called the cooperative bank, where it's like a mutual bank, but we are chatted together. Only white people are allowed there. The Afrikaner descendants are allowed to stay there. So it's a good thing, but off grid. I think sooner or later they're gonna be off grid from this thing, and they pay the taxes. Some South Africa. So this thing has sparked a lot of debate. It's racism at its core, and I'm like, let me admire the good work that they do. These people are self-sufficient because of our government is so corrupt. We are always load shared. We are watershed. So, it's a self-actualization, self-doing. By developer, and then now, my problem with that, it's we have bourgeoisies, the middle class now, and those guys are a serious problem, especially when you look at the revolution, especially for black people who are marginalized, disenfranchised, unemployed, drugs and stuff. We need people who they can resonate with us. So those bourgeoisies mindset, it's the worldview, it's whiteness. And I'm not speaking about color. I'm speaking the way of being, the way of seeing, the worldview, the logic. It's whiteness. They're viewing this world through whiteness. That's why they keep on doing these statements are anti-black, which hurts black people. From time to time, they'll tell you black people are lazy, black people don't want to work, and then bona ba project about whiteness, all in the name of. And we are so intelligent. Just that the system is not working for us. It's designed to oppress us. It's oppressive and it made us real. So when you look at this bourgeoisie, this middle class, they are detached to reality. But they went to school. I remember a famous quote by Malcolm X. He spoke about when you allow your enemy to teach your children, you're actually a fool. The same people you despise, you allow them but teach them about how. That's why we need our own schools. We need to teach it our way of being, the original us, our relationship with time, our relationship with space. And I'm not talking about spaces or the land where we must rinse the commodities, but a place of worship. Where we can worship, where we can go to the waterfalls, the rivers, in nature, or meditate, like Buddha, who sat there for 40 days, up until he reached a point of totality, which is called the nirvana, where you find the answers. He found the answers that people are suffering because of they think they need things. Let me repeat it. People are suffering because of they think they need things. We do not need capitalism. Capitalism is a monster. It's a beast. It keeps us, even as black men, you're always chasing this system. So if we need fundamental change, it needs to redistract even this constitution, even this liberal democracy which we have, because it tells you that South Africa belongs to everyone. It doesn't prioritize us as citizens. So going back to the issue, Orania, those guys are doing a good thing, but one thing about capital and this lobbies, multinational, they are always 5 steps ahead. They are always ahead of the curve, those people. Now, my theory is this. They started this thing at Orania, and then now you're going to hear a lot of black people by endorse this thing. No, Orania, self-do, and you start comparing Afrikaners, you start comparing English, you start comparing the Indians, who compare South Africa. Us black South Africans, we're marginalized. Narasa vote, tax, tax more, wages are like it's not a level playing field. So somebody thought, no, black people are lazy. Why don't they build their own Orania? But with what capital? Because whatever they've got the bank, they own the banks, they own the means of production, they own the system. The government has been with them. You know what really call it? They had social grants. These white people, had to pierce them for specifically. They've benefited from a crime against humanity, which is called apartheid. So level up this thing. These guys, smart. They like pointing things away from them. Nah? This thing of corruption we level in the sense. So sky level face. Don't take it at face value. This corruption now, after Jacob Zuma answered as a president, corruption was no longer endemic, but it was systematic. It was systematic corruption. So, what now the ANC government era is aware of this corruption and all this bad the way back of thing is that they are putting corruption a face now, a color. Blackness now, it's when you think of blackness, you think of corruption, Jacob Zuma, corruption. It does two things. Blackness, corruption. The second thing, it removes the sin. The senior apartheid. And now we forget about the apartheid. We forget about the past injustices. We forget about the segregation. We forget about how our forefathers have died, tortured, forced into this evil system called apartheid. 30 years. And then Bona, look at all those years, bro. Benefiting. Banks, insurance companies, and all those things. And my take is, these people chose the bourgeoisie, guys like Cyril, those guys who benefited from the BE, they pushed them there. Not our people, Barabanyaka.
Oh, yeah.
If people like Bokrisani were still alive, I don't think these things would have happened. That's why your people who tell the truth are marginalized, are silenced. But those who lie, their voices are amplified. You hear them all over the TV because of touching the nerve. They are part of the problem. They are part of the status quo. They're not challenging the status quo, which is oppressing us and keeping us in a perpetual state of poverty. The poverty which is happening in Mokas, it's painful, my brother. Look at Waspana, the money that you are earning in because of the inflation, interest rates, the rates. Everything is expensive, but it's partial. So this capitalism, it's a board game monopoly where only a few win. That things basically we are enslaved. This system enslaves us. It doesn't give us opportunities. So when you look at the town of Orania, now they're making it a pawn. You know about gaming your chess. It's gonna be a pawn. It's gonna be something that's gonna be used to. Guys, look at Orania. Orania is functioning. Your government is not functioning. So now, really, something a lot of guys, these guys are working. You'll find out, or in the next 2 to 3 or 4 years, you'll find the Cape independence. But no, Cape Town, it's an own country. That's segregation. Yeah, but this thing is the apartheid. This guy mentioned it. There's a book called The New Apartheid by Sizwe Walsh. So there's a guy called Nico Smith. That guy, apartheid, there's no government which will undo apartheid. Apartheid is autopoietic. So apartheid, it's a virus. It comes in different ways and forms. When Bulako government, it goes to the private. Bulako private, it goes, it's everywhere. Even you can, a person who can feel this guy is racist, even though Asabula listen through subliminal messaging. No, that's why I spoke about Western modernity, colonialism. It attached to capitalism. People who are non-European, they are ontologically inferior and epistemologically inferior. Meaning that ontologically, they think you are not human enough. Maybe you are subhuman. And then epistemologically inferior means that when you lack the capacity for thought, you lack the capacity to engage in meaningful conversation, knowledge, and otherwise. That thing affects you psychologically. Now, that's why I go back to Vervuta, look at this thing, or this thing, it's entrenched, it's deep.
Yeah, man.
And it's gonna take a revolution, sadly, to fix this thing, because of it's a system, bro. No matter how good I can speak, no matter how good I wanna fight the system, but now an individual is fighting the system, it will swallow you. How many politicians have went in there with good intentions, or no, I'm gonna bring back the land, I'm gonna employment, but how fit up that system swallows you.
Bye-bye.
Swallows you. These guys are staying go Spain City. They stay in go the DA neighborhoods. They stay in go Sentin, Rosebank. You name all these opulent places. Yet they say they're fighting for you. Yet they use in private sector. They don't even believe go private sector.
Yeah.
They don't use public transport. They are detached to reality, and at the same time, they want us to vote for them. For what, bro?
Amen.
This democracy thing is like the book, in this outlines.
Yes.
You can use 100 colors to cry on, but you must not color outside the book. You must throw away this thing and start failing.
Yeah,
because of this thing, it oppresses us, bro. I don't want to lie. The poverty which we see, Mokasi and stuff, it's worse.
It's too much.
So these people, these comprador bourgeoisies, agents of this multinational lobbyists, bank stars, you name them, who are ruling here. These opulent families like Rothschild, who are in charge. Sometimes we must just say, guys, you must run this country. This thing you're the president, it doesn't work. People battle in parliament, eating state money, it's a waste of time.
All these others.
These guys must run this thing so that you can hold them accountable. Because of course, system here, the political party. Where is the money coming from? The campaign, pay people, and all those things. From the very same people who captured them. Now they are saving their interest. They're not saving us.
Yeah, man.
No matter what you can do, those guys are like prefects, managers, Dindona, Tsarina. So we have to guard black people or Baska revolt. So that's why I spoke about figures like Malema. They were put there for a youth or iska revolta, iska bali revolution, and unled revolution. He'll come in from time to time and say, guys, relax, we're working on it.
Yeah.
A distraction for many years. Open out, distract out. Our biggest problem is this black bourgeoisie, middle class, who assimilate to this whiteness. People who have got degrees, the intellectuals, the lawyers, who are not challenging even the Roman Dutch law. They can't challenge, they assimilate to it. Oh, but this law, like, it's not working for us. I haven't seen a person do that. I haven't seen a person that challenge the banks, rent manipulation. Who challenged it? It's only the competition commission. These parties, it's like Baba Twinsi, they're dead. And then now they engage in discourses. Now it's an entertainment for us, whereas but they are suffering.
Yeah, man.
And then the capitalists, they keep on making money. South Africa has become borderless. Foreigners come and go as they like. And the Pakistanis, Somalis, you name them, but as black people, it becomes a problem. And look at this, a numerical minority, it oppresses the numerical majority found here. Let me repeat it. A numerical minority oppresses the numerical majority found there. And then a numerical majority has become a cultural majority. We've lost our cultures. Now we've assimilated to this Western way of doing things. White wedding. Some of the tools they use this religion, Christianity. And then these things, they waste our time. Some at all. And I'm sorry, it wastes our time, it wastes our hope, and the money which goes there. These three things.
False hope.
False hope. Joanna, you're living in that hope. There's a guy who spoke about this, and I said, yeah, this guy's right. He said that, to become religious is like a mental psychosis. Like, they don't exist. You become delusional. Sorry.
You make up things.
Hey, or no, this God will come. Where is this God? Which oppressive. 1948, apartheid. Through this church, the Dutch Reformed Church, apartheid was institutionalized. Through the church. Now it shows you the affected to spirituality, to feel inferior. Overnight, a white person, you feel like you are nothing.
Yeah, man.
You have an inferiority complex because of something that was done, a system, an evil system, which now we forgot about it. Sadly, South Africans are thinking we're suffering from amnesia. We forget. But other races who were suffering, like the Jews, they never forget about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And once you start speaking about it, they deal with you nicely. But right now we're having this black bourgeoisie compared to who say apartheid was actually good. Where is that coming from? It's something which they've told to keep on oppressing these anti-black people because of Bonabansamnat, they're in opinions. But everybody Ferrari, Bayra, they're sponsored and all those things. But yet the people are suffering. And one thing I foresee in this country is that there's gonna be a lot of civil war. Black people will be tired, and they will throw away this government. Look at what happened to Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, a coup. I feel like the coup will come here because of black people have been sold false hope. They've been given a raw deal, bro. A raw deal. Look at America, where black people are suffering there. They are treated as something like batlala bona, like. I'm sorry. Baba pesa dikete, bana baba pesa dikete for entertainment. It's bad, bro. I'm sorry. So they're killing you inside. So guys, yeah, that is. I don't know. You have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any questions of it?
Yeah, you went deep, man. Yeah, you went deep, Joe, and that's what we want. You get. You went into deep. Most especially, you went too deep. So, thanks for the knowledge. Our viewers, through the knowledge just right now, Kopela, engaging positive.
Intellectually, because now we're criticizing, and we're also pointing out the good things that people are doing.
It's not only about the bad things and stuff. Even the good things you mentioned, or Malema, the best.
The best, youth, especially the university, people are in charge. And I like what he did, going there and supporting those guys. You see the inequality now you are speaking about. When it's whiteness, we all have to unite. All have to unite. There's no load shedding. There's nothing. It's a kumbaya, guys. This thing of rainbow nation, I think we need to think about it. Or like, is it a rainbow nation or is it a fallacy? Is it the rainbow nation? Hey, suta batwa or is it the rainbow nation? I don't know, but I don't think there is a road.
You also touch here the borders and stuff, and that's one thing that's troubling us, Joe. I think that we mentioned. The thing is like, you realize it's to us South Africans, it's sensitive. Itaba ya bolela ka di border, cause ba label as xenophobia. Whereas bona go country ya bona aba dinyaki dilo tse ba di etsang ka country ya rena.
That's why I quoted the constitution. This country, South Africa, belongs to everyone, but what about the citizens, bro? Bona where they're staying in gated communities. So what's saying that? Private security. Why don't they open up for these foreigners, battle like those illegal foreigners?
Exactly.
And it's capitalism. Look at what it does now. Bazamazama. Sorry. Guys of Lesotho, in neighboring countries, they come here, they exploit this capitalist. Where is this gold going, which is being dug there? It's going to the black market. The same people who own these companies.
Yeah.
Because now, bataka tax, bataka labor laws, bataka utila lebat. That's capitalism at its core. At this evil way, so now it creates parallel system.
And when I go to
corruption system. Yeah.
It's more like it's a blood diamond to say. It's
that, and it's sad. So this thing, you have our leaders. I'm sorry to mention Malema again, who want open borders. No, everyone must come here. Like, guys, you can't compare us to Europe. Go Europe, people can just go in buy because of their first world countries. Us, we still a third world country. Sazam.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna do an influx. What else? And these people who come here also illegal. What bad, bro? The drugs, you name. These crimes, so I've never heard them. It's a whole, bro.
Yeah, man.
Human trafficking, but to the body parts, they're being chopped for muti.
Brutal, my dog.
Right now we're not like that, bro.
Yeah.
As much as but South Africa, we like to argue, but we're not like that. These crimes, the CBDs. How can you go CBD? It's Lagos. It's oh, this country, it's unsafe now. What else the constitution yaba protect? How can Robert deport and they'll tell you about the human rights?
Yeah.
These NGOs will start defending these people. You see, Lebanon, these NGOs, they are part of the problem.
Yeah.
These politicians are part of this problem, part of this system which is rotten, which is for promising us false things. Or no, soldiers are dying in DRC.
Yeah. But
they are dying there. What are they protecting there? If they're not protecting their interests, their minds.
Yeah.
They are doing this borderless country because of South Africa borderless because of they've got interest over Zambia, Zimbabwe and stuff. We're not benefiting guys from those minds.
It's dangerous for now in terms of health department. Those guys from census they come count over South Africans and Baba Guy Baba Naling the illness it's a relaying so that bakono create number. Yeah, for example, Mamelodi. Or Mamelodi Nalabatu Wakana Manaloti Bogos, Bagamo Mamelodi West. Then Balo supplier die clinic if guys setting medicine and stuff. And remember that thing your human rights in terms of health. Well, papers or no papers, for as long as Otago health institution you must get help. You get and whereas Bar County by sitting number so your medicine. Maybe let's say, for example, Gaba to Babai 20. Hotana to Babai 50. Babasa County for the same medicine. When Magogo Omo was so or Rama, Harlata medicine were high, but Ofedi, Arneda, supplies, and stuff. Kiona Babasa County one. I don't have problem with anyone at Mogadi Pampi.
But now we have a lot of people by Rabaspan of it. These guys they come with fake products. Where are these fake products coming from? If they're not coming from these big multinational companies. Because of you can't have an influx of fake products and then not come out straight or mara the fake. Which means Lebona. What if now it's another way your tax? Because these guys are just evading tax.
Yeah.
They've mastered this grip. They're manipulating the rand. The rand then comparing to USA at that time, nearly 7 rand. Now it's almost chalk, almost 20 rand. So you see all this deliberately. Let's say they are manipulating. And now capitalism, money have become God. Chelete has become God, and then it allows you it chooses data and the money. This money game is rigged because of it's controlled by a few people, and they define how you get this money. It's sad. It's become God. People are killing each other for this money thing. But they're fighting. People baloyana, people they're doing all this funny stuff for what? For this man. Battery, go back to nature, walk barefoot, sit there, be safe. Do away with this illegal immigrants. South Africa, that's why I need now a serious revolution. This politics, these treaties by the side names are people are buying things for China, buying the sneaker. Imagine if those companies in South Africa, these factories, the manufacturer, the anything, those things, how many jobs would it create? Now we're buying from China. We must look at China. Or what are they doing? Or guys, now we have a Chinese dragon. America, now we have an American dream. South Africa, what do we have? Corruption, black leaders. These guys they are being put there. They are being put there. So what's one? You can vote any party, but there's not gonna be any change. It's not a cosmetic change. Maybe Artipiana, what. But fundamental change are equality. Because you won't come, dog.
Yeah, man.
Education system, I think it takes you out of yourself. You don't learn about the history. You don't learn about Bosobukwe. We don't learn about govern big. We don't learn about ourselves, but we keep learning about other people. So my parting shot is Narelema staging a rebellion fighting against apartheid, colonialism. So to reach at this point, ruin at this thing, we came to a point of redundance, dystopia, where there's no one we're fighting against, but we're fighting among ourselves. Now us, we're busy fighting ourselves, we're busy killing each other, and it's bad of it too. I don't wanna go too far, yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, in terms of your knowledge, politics and stuff, I know you're good coming to that, Joe.
I need to speak about this thing that's affecting us.
Yeah, man.
Sad, sure.
So hope the right people, so hope the right decision will be taken. So hope South Africans at some point they'll be put first. So hope South African they can get access to everything in terms of service, free from crime. Like Aslan and Tembe, even though we see the situation is otherwise, Makaine. So I don't like on that, even the weight of the day, whatever you got.
My final words.
Yeah, man.
I can give a quote. I love quotes.
Quotes for us, man.
I will give a quote to Maya Angelou when she said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did for them, but they won't forget how you made them feel." So let's focusing on make people feel better, treat each other with respect, with love. Once you love yourself, you love the next person. Because I've realized that a lot of people hate themselves. So how hate yourself? Now that negative energy go to somebody else. It's like trauma reaction. So we need to deal with our traumas face to face, bro. Deal with the devil, or sometimes now I'm part of the problem. I need to do change. Anyhow, whether it's speaking, whether it's working to make this country a better place, the youth must rise up. I think they'll change this thing because of look at Burkina Faso, look at Gabon, look at Mali, look at all those countries who said enough is enough. Even though we can get sanctioned by the sanction and stuff, but those sanctions I think will help us
Thanks,
because of this life with social media, indulgence, the dopamine, the drugs, consumption, it's killing us.
I hear you, man.
It's killing us. So yeah.
Salute us. Thanks, man, for your blessing.
Sure.